But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. PlayStation is finally deciding to drop their damn plates, and it comes
Finally,
at the
man.
same time that they decide to open their catalog of controllers. I thought this was interesting because like mad podcasts ago, we had talked about like D Brand doing their plates, motherfuckers on Etsy selling all kinds of different plates that they've 3D printed and stuff like that. And D-branding had actually caught a lot of flack for their stuff because PlayStation sent them like a cease and desist. I think they tried to sue them. D-branding was like, nah, F you. You don't have your shit patent. So then they said, ha, we got our shit patent now. So you got to change your shit. So D-branding was like, you ain't get us because we going to go ahead and like add fans on this bitch and take off a little tip, and round it off or whatever. And so they tried to play the game and they still was able to put out their revamped plates and stuff like that. But Sony's like, hey, man, we coming full force with it now. So you can get the matching controller and the plates. But you said you guys see them prices, man. It's like $50 for a set of plates.
$54.99. So I think that's okay. I think any more we're getting into kind of expensive pieces of plastic, but I think $55, $60 out the door after tax. I think that's reasonable in my opinion, personally.
I feel like that shit should have been $30, man. Or like a bundle set or something that you sell with
they
the
probably
controller.
will be $30, on sale and stuff. But
Ray, you gave me a look, bro. You think these shouldn't be $30 for some
30?
plastic plates?
No, I don't think 30. I think they're $5 overpriced. I would expect them to try to get 50 for these. I mean, if they're going to get $70 for a controller, then kind of entirely changing the way your PS5 looks for $50 makes sense to me. But
you're talking about a whole controller, though. You're talking about gadgets and gizmos and electricals, things and stuff like that. We're talking about face plates, bro, like 2 plastic pieces that you could just pop off and put on. And you talking about you cool with 50?
Not much different, right? In my mind, I have a controller right now. Why am I getting the red one? Strictly for color. That's just a plate. Like I'm going out and I'm buying a whole new controller, like strictly just to change the color of it. I feel like it's the same kind of concept.
Well, it would be different if like you buying a whole electronic item. So yeah, you bought it for the color, but it's its own electronic entity. Like it has power and all of that shit. It serves as a second controller for somebody else to play along with that other one that you originally got. It literally serves no purpose but to look. Regardless of the reason why you bought a controller, right? The controller serves a purpose besides just a look. These plates hold no purpose.
But it's like I feel like you just say what I'm trying to say. Because you said regardless of the reason why you buy a controller. I'm saying that's it's the same thing. It's the same branding. It shouldn't be regardless of the reason why. I'm just saying the reason why you buy the controller with the new color is for the color. And so in my mind, this is a similar thing. This is very similar to me. You want to buy your plates. This is even a bigger transformation in style than your new controller is. I don't know. I think 50 is fine when you're completely transforming the way your system looks.
Yeah, because you spend on decals in the past, decals for, let's say, a Switch for your dock and your console, or just any other, they always charge $30 for stickers for decals. So $50 ain't too bad. Do you guys remember that they used to sell authentic PS4 plates? Did you guys ever follow those? Whenever there was a game that came out, like Bloodborne or Little Big Planet, they had an official faceplate for sale. Do you guys remember those? They were only half of the console. They were only over the hard drive portion. Well, anyways, they used to sell those for $25 a pop, and they would always sell out. So
that's a reasonable price, $25.
I know, but consider this: it only covered 1/4 of the console. It was only that shiny part of the PS4 over the hard drive. This is the front and the back. So I think, I think.
But it was also because that panel was like quarter pieced. wasn't it? Like it was 2 pieces on the top and then a whole piece at the
Correct.
bottom, whatever, right?
Correct.
So
So just
it's
for
like because it's so many different pieces, I could see them only, I guess, only selling you the one piece that, like, hey, you take this off and move this, you don't really fuck up the system too much. But I mean, these are like 2 solid, slabs or
yeah, that's
whatever.
why I'm saying the
I
price makes sense to me because for one fourth year console it was $25, and now it's the full top and bottom for 55, 10% of the console roughly. I think that's a good price, in my opinion. So
Yeah, and I think like kind of like what Mark is saying, like it's not about like function, right? It's about, it's just the notion of transforming the way your console looks. Like that's what you're paying for. And I think a lot of people like cosmetics, man. Like people will buy a crappier car just because they like the way it looks more, or they like just the color. And it's like, yeah, but I feel like what Gali would be saying, yeah, but it has, an engine that's been rated poorly. Why would you want that? Because people really care a lot about how something looks. Like that's why people pay a lot more for the Jordan brand. When you're telling me that the Jordan brands probably don't cost a whole lot more to make, they probably cost a little bit more, but not a whole lot more to make than the Payless shoes, do in the Payless shoe store. But people are paying a whole heck of a lot more because it's a style, you're transforming the way something looks. So I'm excited because, like I said, I just feel like they are trying to fleece us like an extra $5. I don't. It just feels like they're overpricing it just barely. And because it's just barely overpriced, we pay it. But they're definitely trying to squeeze, I think, every little dime they can for absolutely sure. But 30 seems definitely low to me. 30 seems really cheap.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm the only one on this topic that feels like this is like way overpriced. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. Like I like the controllers and stuff like that, and having the other options and things. But I ended up buying 2 controllers already, so I'd have to like, for me, I'd be like, okay, well, I gotta sell like one of my OG controllers to try to get one of these new controllers or something like that, because I don't necessarily have a need for 3 controllers or whatever. And for these plates, like my PlayStation sits behind me. I rarely ever look at it. So that cosmetic customization that I did to it is gonna be enough for me. I wouldn't pay nothing over like $30 for this, maybe 35. So if I happen to catch a red one on like some Black Friday sale next year, then so be it. But if not, my shit gonna stay with the WLG tags on it because I just can't see paying 50. I see paying, unfortunately 60 or whatever something for a controller, because it's a controller. But, it's just like, damn, 50. But hey, to each their own. But
No, but I
so
mean,
all right.
like what I'm saying is like, yeah, because you're buying a controller. I know it has more function, but you know,
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
the price is
people.
justified because it is a controller. You know what I mean? Like a plastic faceplate being that much, almost as much as a game. Like, how? It just sits there. But
Well, all for one is I wouldn't buy one of these ones. I'm gonna wait until they have artwork on them, like when they
mm,
release, like what Marker I was talking about, when they release like God of War faceplates or
special one, special edition
Spider
drink.
Man or something. Then like
Those
I'll
coming
buy
too.
those. I'll
Yeah.
buy those.
Maybe
yeah,
like a
And
limited edition plate or something like that.
but just remember, guys, the D brand plates were $70. If you bought them early, they were $59.99. So
They're 70
they
now.
that's the original price. But if you bought them early, like they're on sale right now. I don't even think they're shipping all the colors, but the
Mm-hmm.
regular price for them is $70. And I
Damn.
remember when we looked at that, we didn't really bat too. I mean, I don't remember any of us saying that was too much or too
Shit,
little.
I don't remember even looking at a price. I just saw, hey, this motherfucker's making these plates. I didn't even look at the price, but I
and
show a
it's just
shit love to go
interesting
pay
to me,
But
70.
these
like
are cheaper than the third party ones. So the third party ones, I have a feeling they're gonna have to be $49.99, $30, like Golly
Yeah,
said. Because why
they
buy
definitely
those when you could
got
buy the official for only 55? So this
I'm
was a
just saying,
smart.
like, that's just strange to me. Like, that's the way cosmetics always work in society. Like, it's just a standard thing in the world. Like, people pay a whole
What's
heck of a
that?
lot more for the Versace or Coach when it's not that much better than in a standard leather purse, but they'll spend hundreds of dollars more because of a look or a style, strictly for a look. Like, this is nothing like that outrageous to me. Like, this is exactly what cosmetics cost. T-shirts, shoes, they're all way overpriced. You're telling me the t-shirts that we buy in American Eagle or anywhere are worth what you're paying? No way. They're worth nothing as far as, like, if you want to talk about the internals, what's actually going into it, because I feel like that's the argument you're making. Like, the controller is designed not to be something that's necessarily cosmetic. It's designed to be something that functions as a controller. These are meant to be like a purse. Like, they're meant to be um, a big cosmetic change, a style.
I
That
feel
seems
like
like standard in society to me.
the argument you're making is a little different because you're talking about like different brands and stuff like that. Like, why is Hanes better than Fruit of the Loom or whatever when they the same type of stuff or something like that. But I'm saying, like, if there's like if there's like a backpack, and then you have the backpack, and then you have like a water bottle that you can buy from that same brand, and then you have a keychain that hangs on the backpack. The water bottle is $40 and the keychain is $35. Like, you think that's like, oh, that's cool. It's a keychain. It customizes my backpack. Like, you think that's a logical thing? Like, it's the water bottle hold water and
That's not
shit.
the
Like,
argument I'm making. The argument I'm making is that we overpay. We always overpay what something's worth if it's for cosmetic purposes.
yeah, but you were talking about like American Eagle, and then, like, I don't know if you said like Gucci or something like that, but you're paying for
Yeah, I
like a
said
brand name.
Versace and Gucci.
Right, you're
That's
paying for
still
the brand name at that, but I'm saying if you keep it in the same brand, then that's a different conversation. Because there's reasons as to why Gucci's going to charge how much they charge. Besides the name, right? They're gonna say that the quality of the item is a better quality than what you would get from Walmart. That Hanes T-shirt is going to be a totally different cotton than what you would have as a Gucci button up or just a regular ass Gucci T-shirt or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, a Gucci belt being as much as a Gucci shirt or something like that would just be like, well, damn, it's a belt. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even fully clothe you; it just holds something up. It shouldn't be as much as the shirt, but you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
but if you don't mind, I'm just going to change to one thing. This whole
yeah,
time we've been seeing this cosmic background, and it's funny that the cosmic encompasses all the colors that are available. But we've been seeing this cosmic color background for the controllers, for the headset, and it's just
yeah.
funny that it's actually all the colors that are available
Combined,
for the faceplates. So
yeah. And they called that red one the cosmic red or something like that. And you got your black, so you have the first two controllers that was there, so I guess they were already planning on throwing all these colors out. I don't know what took them so long, though. They could have announced this shit when they announced the cosmic red and the black controller, the midnight black or whatever one.
I think
yeah,
you charge like how big. I think the price of something, if you're talking just cosmetic versus cosmetic, is the price. What changes what something's worth is the impact it has on your outfit or whatever it is that you're trying to transform. Which is why I think a belt doesn't charge as much as the pants or the shirt do. Like, so if you were just selling clips for your controller, I bet you they would still charge you $20. They'd probably charge you $20 just get like red clips.
bless you.
Like, you could pop the clips off and put new red clips on. They'd
Mm-hmm.
probably charge you $20 still for that. But if you want to do your whole console, they double it, right? So it's 50. That just makes sense to me because, like, the impact that the plates are having on a cosmetic sense are massive compared to the impact plates on your controller are making. So I guess that would be my argument, like for your keychain versus a backpack. Like, how impactful is that style? people aren't going to pay as much for a keychain because the keychain isn't impacting their brand or their look the same degree that that backpack is. The accessory is going to be a big difference for how that impacts, how they are rocking what they're rocking. So that's more so like I think when it comes to like fashion and cosmetics, how we determine value than like what it's made of or what's internally in it. I don't think we ever go by that when it comes to cosmetics.
Well, to each their own. For these, if hopefully these aren't one of those things where they're like limited in stock. Hopefully they're just like bountiful and you can get them like wherever and whatnot. Then maybe they'll eventually, you might be able to snag one on sale or
Like, let
something
me
like
ask you, Stone. See that design you have behind you, that PS4? Like, would you pay 50 if you can get that style hypothetically right here? Now, would that be worth 50 to you?
that. Would I pay 50 to get this?
Yeah, versus just black or just red.
Or say this:
Now,
would you pay 50 if you only had a black one to transform it into that one? Would you pay $55?
Mm,
If you just had a regular PS4 Pro and you can upgrade to that for 55?
no,
yeah,
I don't think I
exactly. Or
would.
that too. Like if you had a PS4 Pro and for
Uh-huh.
50 more bucks, you can get that one you have, that red joint Spider-Man in the back for 50 bucks more.
I would.
It's
That's
the
pretty
same.
sick.
It's the same one.
Yeah, so you have this. You have a PS4 Pro
Uh-huh.
because I believe that one behind you is a PS4 Pro. So you
Yes,
have
sir.
your regular PS4 Pro. Would it
Mm-hmm.
be worth it to spend $50 more? Like let's say you're shopping and you have a PS4 Pro and you have a PS4 Pro Spider-Man edition, you know,
And
whatever
I
that
pay
is.
$50 for the Spider
Would
Man
you would you
upgrade.
I'll just bring 50 bucks more because I want that Spider-Man one. That's
Nah,
all just paint.
not just the console. Now, if you're telling me I can get the console and the controller, then yes, $50 for a console
Okay, well then
and the
I'll phrase
controller.
it
It's
this
the same
way.
thing.
Does it make more sense to you though? Like, could you understand someone going down the aisle and going, "I'm going to spring 50 for that Spider-Man"? Like that conceptual point
I mean,
that
I
we're
I I
50
get
is not a
people
lot
wanting to
more
pay
to
for
get
it.
a drastic change.
I get people wanting to pay for it and stuff like that because they want, they really, like Spider-Man or whatever. But honestly, like I seen mad PlayStations, before I got this one that, had cool designs and stuff like that. But I never got one. You know what I mean? You see a Slim, some people feel like they got to get them drastic changes or whatever. But if it's doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool on it. I don't need it. The only reason that I even got this is because I was going from a PS4 to a PS4 Pro and I had always wanted to get a Pro. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's the perfect time then. I can get this joint right here. It's red. I love red, so I'll get the upgrade."
No, I
But
know your
other
reasoning,
than
man.
Hey,
that,
hey,
I
Marcus, let
wouldn't
me ask
pay
you
50.
this: would you pay? You would pay 30 for that? Would you pay 30 for the upgrade?
Yeah, I'll pay 30 for it. I think that's a reasonable
Okay,
upgrade
so
price.
you just think 50 is too much. You would pay for the upgrade, but
Yes, I will
you
pay
wouldn't
for an
pay 50.
upgrade, but $50 for a faceplate change is too much for me. It's too
What about
much.
40?
40's pushing it, dude. I might be looking for a GameStop $5 coupon or something for
But you see the value. But
to
you
get
see
it
the
to
value in
35.
at 30, though, right? You do see value at 30
I do
transforming.
see it at least at 30, which is
All
why I
right.
said I would pay for it at 30. 30 seemed like a reasonable price to switch up
Well,
how
I
your shit
mean,
look.
at
Especially if you
30,
want me to buy multiples. Like you want me to buy multiples of these console things at 50? I'm thinking the average person might buy one in their lifetime. But
well, the only
if you
thing I'll
had
say,
if you had them at a cheaper price, I might buy them shits and just change them when my mood change. Like,
yeah, but I'm
ooh, I'm about
saying,
to play
dude,
something hardcore. Let me put the red in.
Like what you're saying right now, we've never had. We've never
What?
really had the ability to just transform the way our console looks unless we bought the new special edition and rebought the whole console over again. This is like one
I
of the
got it.
first times where we're able to do that. So in the past, if you wanted to have that sweet Spider-Man joint in the back, you'd have to hash out another 400 if you wanted to do
Yeah.
that. Now we can just do it for 50. I think that's totally reasonable. And 30 or 50, you are way overpaying the material value on that plastic.
Of
So in
course
either
you are.
way, you're being ripped off. So
Yeah, but
that's
it's
why we
like
never look at cosmetics regardless on the material value. We look at cosmetics on how impactful they are
right.
on the aesthetic look.
I'm looking at it as lube or no lube. I want lube. so charge me 30 for it. Give me the lube and charge me 30. I don't want the no lube price, man. I'm cool on that.
I'm just saying you can't make the material value argument though. Like you can't say, well, like
No,
the
I can
material
make.
value
I
is
can make.
cheap, so therefore, because in either
Yeah,
scenario, then we should just be paying $5 for these things, $4.
I can't make the material value argument on that, but I
That's
can
all
make
I'm
the
saying. That's
argument.
all
I
I'm
can
saying.
make the argument as to what deems it like valuable. Like I feel like a controller can charge 60 because hell, all the other controllers cost 60. So you add a different color to it, and it's $10 more. Unfortunately, that's
Hey,
what it
but
is. But it's
Marcus,
$10 more.
in the faceplate's defense, you can't buy faceplates. So this is setting the bar there.
Right.
Because
There's
If you
no
want to look
can't
at
buy.
market yet.
if you want to look
There's
at the
no
third
market.
party, if you want to look
Right.
at the third party is actually more than this. So this comes cheaper than the competitor, and it's
Well, you
authentic.
ain't. Well, you're counting only D brand. You're not counting
Correct.
Amazon or Etsy. I can find faceplates galore. Amazon, motherfuckers is selling the faceplate with the little pieces for the controller and the bundle set for like $10, $15. So this stuff, you know what I mean?
Hey, you must be looking at some cheap ones because I see them for like 20, 30, 40. There's some cool Spider-Man ones for 60.
Even if you paying 30 for it, my guy, you getting the controller piece with it. And if you're paying 30 for it, it's the price that I said. You know what I mean? That I'd be willing to pay. But it just seems like the pricing isn't meant for everybody to go crazy on it. It's meant for like if you just don't want that white one, you could change your thing. But I can't see somebody having a closet with like 3 or 4 extra plates inside of it. I just can't see that.
50 is nothing, dude.
Y'all balling. I'm broke. I'm trying to get like y'all, man, because I want the extra money that I could just blow on some faceplates.
Dude, like I told you in the past, if you wanted to get the cool one like you had in the back, you have to rebuy the whole damn console.
Yeah,
like so now you can
So that's why you would never do it unless you was like that type of person dedicated to like I'ma just hash out the whole 400 and just be collecting shit. You know what I mean?
I know, but what I'm saying is now it's more like the average Joe can become a collector. Now the average Joe can collect all the different styles. For $50, you know, you can get a different style plate. You can do that now where you weren't able to do that before. So I'm saying it's become more affordable. This has made it more affordable for you to have a new console look without having to rebuy the whole thing. Like with
sure, I guess if you want to take the look at it as like how much did it cost to have a exclusive console or a limited edition console color, and how much does it cost now? If you want to look at it in that aspect, then yeah, we're doing great. This shit is fucking dirt pennies to what we used to have to do before. But
that's what
I'm not trying to pay them pennies. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
I got you, me.